Sb19'S Kalakal music video is out and you wanted me to do a reaction, more than happy to do so. However, I already watched the music video many times. I was at work the entire day and I couldn't stop myself, so I just watched it. So much of what I'm going to be doing is actually more a review of some sort. I'll just say some things that I've observed and things that I missed when it comes to their flow, their lyrics. So it's not your usual reaction where I'll be watching and then saying what I've observed. Yeah, so more a review. So I will just show parts of the music video that will support um, the things that I will be saying. Okay, first point. This is one thing that I actually missed when I watched the live performance is that their flow actually complements what they are saying. So for example, Justin's flow is sounds more like a seduction, right? He's actually usually for the North American audience that I have or the Western audience that I have, he's more a vocalist than anything. But in here, all of them rap except for the one who usually raps. Okay, and they wrote their own rhymes. All right, so Justin's flow actually sounds like a seduction here. This is one part. And the lyrics here. So his voice is very low, almost like whispering. And if you listen to his lyrics, they're actually words of seduction. These are words that you can use for seduction, right? So for my Western audience, I translated some of the words to English so that you get what I'm saying. Like masarap is delicious, or um, voice of an angel, boses mo'y parang anghel, something like that. So it's these are words of seduction, and his flow actually complements it. Now for Joshua's flow, um, so he went next after Justin. For Joshua's flow here. So he actually sounds more like he's teasing. Sorry, he's more reckless, and the words that he used are also very reckless, like dinura, which is spit out, binura, wiped, or in street slang that would be smoked. So his delivery feels like there's so much abandon in his tone, and the words that he's using is also very reckless. So there's the flow and the words complement. Stell's flow is more like sounds more like he's teasing, and the things that he's saying actually felt like he's teasing the audience. He he feels like when you're trying to tease somebody, you're just trying to bombard them with things that would piss them off. That's how his flow is. He's rushing things, like he doesn't want you to be able to respond to what he's saying. That is how it feels like. Unfortunately for Ken, which is the first guy who rapped in the music video. For my Western audience, there are 180 ethno-linguistic groups in the Philippines, and most of them have their own languages. And he's singing in a language I do not understand. What I can tell you though is that is what his voice. I'm gonna go to his part. His baritone is fire, absolute fire. Listen to his tone. There's a certain resonance. There's a certain resonance in his voice that is so unique, so deep. But unfortunately, I don't really understand what he's saying. Okay, so that's for how their flow complements the lyrics. And to think that aside from Joshua, Justin and Stell don't usually rap; they usually sing. So the mere fact that they have that consciousness, that's just another level of artistry. Now, they have a guest for my Western audience again. They have a guest here. There are 5 members. Excuse me. There are 5 members of SB19, and they have a guest. They collaborated with a rapper who is a legend in the Philippines. His name's Glock 9. Sorry, there's something in my throat. Okay, his name is Glock 9, and he is known as a poet. He's a legend in Philippine hip hop. because of how he can rhyme. And usually rappers would rhyme towards the end of the bar. He rhymes all everywhere. It just rhymes everywhere. Now, you probably, because you don't really understand their language, you're going to miss a lot of things. But I'm going to make you listen to part of how he raps, and then I'm going to discuss that style of rhyming. Okay, where is he? So this is Block 9. If you listen to his rap, sorry. Okay. Just a little bit, just so you can the sonic appeal of his rap. But as I've said, you can better appreciate this if you actually understand their language. So to help to guide you in understanding that, you should be seeing the lyrics here, and the words that are underlined and bolded, these are the words that he rhymes, so that would rhyme with each other. So if you would observe, it's not just towards the end of the bar, he would actually rhyme all over the bars. So at the end, in the middle, it's like that's his style and he's known for that. But when he raps it, his flow is in such a way that it would feel like half of the bar is actually one full bar. So he's splitting the bars. So that's how good of a, that's why he is a legend. Like his poetry is unparalleled. So that is that's what makes him so different from the rest. Next is that this entire video actually is very fun. The feel, the tone is very fun. And the song is actually, they talk smack in the in the song. So for them to balance it out so that it's not so serious, I think is a conscious effort, because SB19 has not been known to be a group that just talks smack. That's not the kind of group they are, even though they have a strong rap line. Joshua and Josh um, and Pablo, which is the leader. So they were able to make it feel not very serious with the chaos of the production design. Like everything seems to be all over, like it's just scattered all over. And when it is like that, it doesn't feel so serious because it looks fun. And then there's also the effort to suspend reality, because kalakal, for my Western audience, again, that means trade, like selling, buying and selling. That's kalakal, trade. So supposedly, this is a flea market, an indoor flea market. That is what we call them in the US, an indoor flea market. But then, because it's, of course, it's art, so this is not how our flea market looks like. So you kind of, you know that it's supposed to be a flea market, those price signs that they have all over, that's usually how the prices are designed in our flea markets. But they're able to suspend what we expect of a flea market by making it beautiful. Just the aesthetic itself is very beautiful. So they suspend your reality. Um, so yeah, so they were able to put a fun spin on an otherwise smack filled song. Next is that they really are pushing their creativity, because this entire thing, the set is so small. So let's go to the dance bit for you to get a better sense of. This is Pablo for my Western audience. So you see that there, that entire set is that. What you see, that's the entire set. That's very, very small. So for them to be able to make it look good, it doesn't feel cramped. It doesn't feel like I can't breathe. That's really just visual genius for them to be able to make that balance. So I love that. Next is that it is undeniably very, very Filipino. Um, if you watch Korean music videos, for example, they have the tendency to do aesthetics like this, where meaning it's filled with so much. There's so much color, so much design, so much words written all over. Stuff are scattered all over. But they were able to translate that. Well, even I guess Western music videos do that, but they were able to take that style and make it Filipino by using Filipino colors. Brown, this is usually what is common in old Filipino movies. Earth colors, basically. So, and even the bandana, that's very Filipino. So they were able to Filipinize a very global style. They made it very, very local. Also, this is they used a lot of elements that are unique or more unique to Filipinos. So, for example, in the US, we have food carts, but those are big carts, right? In the US, in the Philippines, we have food carts that's small enough you can just push them, and then that's where we put our street food. So in Thailand, that's also common. If you go to um, Khao San Road, for example, there's a lot of food carts. Very small. It's really like a cart that you just push a smaller one. So it's a mini food cart in the Philippines. So that's very Filipino. And again, the concept of an indoor flea market in the U.S. for the Filipinos out there who are not that familiar, usually are flea markets. They usually happen weekends and they're outdoors. But this one in the Philippines, there's a lot of flea markets that are indoors. Okay, and then there's another thing. It's right around 326 here. This is for those of you who don't know, Philippines actually is very much identified as one of the best illustrators and artists, visual artists in the US. We do a lot of Filipinos actually work for Marvel, Disney, because we're great. We have a great style when it comes. We're very detailed. Our comic style is very, very detailed, and they actually featured that here. So this part here, I love this part when they turn them into cartoons. This is a signature Filipino art style in Hollywood. So if you see this, like a lot of lines like that, the way they there are certain parts of the Filipino of the body that looks realistic, and the rest they look like a drawing. That's a signature Filipino style in Hollywood. So love that they actually feature that. Next is that the set actually represent their artistry, because SB19 came from a small company. It's actually their own company now. But it's full. Like there's a lot in there. There's a lot for you to process, a lot for you to find, and a lot for them to show. So I love that to a certain degree, they represent their company and who they are with the set of this music video. Those are my thoughts. But obviously, I love that they continue to represent Filipino aesthetics, Filipino sound. I hope that they continue, and I'm looking forward to more work from them. I am waiting with a bated breath for their international tour, for their world tour. I hope that they make a stop in the US. I definitely will watch, and looking forward for more music videos. So thank you for requesting. More than happy to do it always. If you ended up liking this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And share the video if you can, because that's really helping my channel. Also, follow me on Patreon. I do have a free membership just in case you don't want to commit. Um, I have a free membership. Also, follow me on X or Twitter, and also on Instagram. Thank you. I appreciate you.